Hi everyone.
Raitana, you are requested to raise your voice.
Yeah. So after a long time, I have got Sir with me, and it's being very pleasant to sit here with Sir. So Sir, election is almost knocking at the door, and everyone is very cautious regarding the result, regarding the election, what is going to happen and what is going to be not. So sir, I think you are also in a very big trouble that regarding how to whom you are going to cast your vote, or everyone. And in fact there are many new voters who are going to cast their vote for the first time. So sir, what would you like to say regarding those students who are going to cast their votes for the first time, or what do you want to say about the students politics?
Chennai, it is very nice question. Actually, to speak you frankly, the politics and students always are very close to each other. Actually, the students are going to be a good citizen, the future citizens. If they don't have any political knowledge, if they are not conscious of political, automatically that people, actually nation will suffer in the long run, and that's why the students must have some role to play properly. And now, what you have said today, it is really a practical thing that our society is gripped by the political fever, that the election fever, that every time when election comes and there is a lot of enthusiasm among the people and everyone is eager to know what will be the result. Actually, it depends upon the people and they will decide the matter, that who is going to elect the government in central and what will be the power. But actually, when the students are getting conscious about this matter, it is a matter of great pleasure for me also, that actually our education should not be based on bookish knowledge, it should be based on the practical knowledge. The student must have some political consciousness, and if the students are not politically aware, they shouldn't discharge their duties in the future in the long run in a proper way. And that's why that recently that political consciousness is getting very, that means actually it is on the rise and it is a nice thing. But political involvement and political awareness are two different things. I'd like to make a distinction and draw the line of distinction between that everyone should be politically conscious, but it doesn't mean they should be politically involved. And at that very moment that I am not very happy with the political events in our country, and most of the political leaders have started changing their colors, and we cannot be able to understand what is the real ideology. And at that very moment the students are bound to be confused, because they are the first time they are going to cast their votes. And at this moment I will certainly advise them that they should be very careful and they should exercise their opinion over that means over themselves in a proper way. They should not be swayed, they should not be moved by the political propagandas. They must have consultation with their elders, they must have consultation with the teacher, they must have consultation with the parents. But it doesn't mean that they will do what they have advised. It is up to them to decide that what they are going to do. And political consciousness plays a very important played an important role, and it is a very important factor also for shaping the government or for shaping our nation. And I think that students must cast their vote, that who are going to cast their vote first time here, they must exercise their franchise individually and without being influenced by others. And it is my advice that you should not be swayed and shouldn't be moved by other political propagandas. It is up to you, and you have intelligence, you have got that means many other informations nowadays, and you have to decide the matter, and you should not be afraid of doing so. It is your political rights, it is my political rights, it is a democratic rights we are granted by the constitution, and that's why you have every right to do so. And my opinion is that they should do their level best in this way, but they should be politically conscious. But political involvement is not very wise thing at that very moment. It is my opinion.
Definitely so. So sir, peace and harmony, we talk of peace and harmony everywhere, before politics, before any kind of election, because everywhere we can see that there is some kind of mishaps there, everyone is fighting before election. So what opinion do you have regarding the maintenance of peace and harmony before conducting any kind of election?
Actually, really, it is a matter of serious concern, Mithuna. That means peace and harmony is of paramount importance. That every political leaders, every leaders, while delivering the speech, they are also talking about the harmony, peace, etc. But in reality, that we have got the very reverse pictures. And in this case that means there are so many factors are to be taken into consideration. Only that we cannot put a blame on the particular political parties, we cannot put a blame on the particular political leaders or the particular individuals. Actually there is some factors. Factor is that when the political that means political atmosphere is getting vitiated with so many vested interest, and automatically it will that means lead us to the very particular violence, disharmony. And I know that I personally believe that religion should not be involved in politics, and actually from the very beginning I think that if the religion is to be involved in politics, political parties and the political leaders will take the advantage of it at that very moment, that we should give emphasis on our social problems, our educational problems, our employment problems, without doing so that if we are also racking our brain over religion, even racking our brain over this or that rituals and ritualistic religion must have some appeal to the that means universal fraternity, but when it is to be turned into a very ritualistic one, automatically it will have some evil effects on society. And that's why that when there is a mingling of the politics with the very particular religious and ritualistic religions and their ideologies, and we are also busy with that, and then certainly that we are at loggerheads with each other, and not ideologically, actually there is no ideology at all. It is my personal opinion, and I can also express my views, and for that no one should be blamed, and it is my personal views. And because of that reasons and religiously we are blind, and we are that means when we are made to be blind and we are made to be prejudicial, and automatically has some appeal effects, and that's why there is a disharmony, there is a lack of harmony, and that means a lack of peace also. But in order to restore peace, we have to be individually conscious, and we should be conscious enough that we should not be motivated by these ritualistic events. On the contrary, that we should be very impartial in exercising our reasoning, power of reasoning, so that we can also judge the situation, we can also make a difference between this or that, X and Y, and in this way that if we maintain peace and harmony individually, and at the same time law and order will have some role to play, and we can also I must hope that we can also overcome this disharmony in the long run, and we can also once again prove ourselves to be united, and we should be very peaceful. And it is our expectation, hope, that without hope man cannot proceed, and we cannot that means we cannot take a step, single step, and to go forward. It is our expectation, it is our hope, and that's why that I said I also advise my students also that individually they should be very conscious about this matter, so that they should not be provoked by this or that way. And automatically that I think that if individual consciousness is there, automatically it will have some reflection in society, and we can also free from that very particular prejudicial aspects of our life.
Definitely, sir. Until and unless we will be able to have control over our emotions, over these certain matters, we will not be able to maintain peace and harmony, especially in case of elections and this.
Rightly, that means Ethana, I am very happy that what you have said, that if we don't have any control over our emotions and over our, that means passion, automatically that we cannot have the very bright future. And at first we have to bridle our emotion, we have to bridle our meaningless passion, and we should be regarded, or not only regarded, we should be guarded by the power of reasoning rather than our, that means meaningless emotions, passions, and the rituals, etc. Ithana, very nicely you have explained your ideas, and I am very happy that at that very moment you are getting conscious regarding this matter. It is a matter of great pleasure that when I get time and when I come to Ithana, always we are exchanging our views with each other.
It's my pleasure to get so here.
Really, it is a very pleasant moment that we are spending now, and we think that if you have any question to ask, and you may say that whether it is.
No, it was really a very pleasant moment for us to have a conversation over this, you can say, crucial topic, because to many of us it's really crucial.
Yeah, crucial, and also sensitive also, but it is very important factor that you are also living in a society and you cannot be free from administration, and if you have to be a part of administration, that you have to exercise your authorities, you exercise your rights, your democratic rights, and automatically that as a youngsters, everyone must have some right, that if you say that means if you keep aloof from that, what will be the future of our nation. And that's why our education should be reflected through society, not through the books and the pages of the examination examination, and that means papers of the examinations, and that's why that if it is to be reflected in society, it will have some beneficial result. Okay, it is my, that means opinion. And
Yes.
uh,
So thank you so much, sir, for spending such a means.
okay, uh, it is very nice, and we shall talk about different topic later on. Okay,
Yeah.
it is enough for today.
So bye.
Bye.